When young, people have many dreams and choices. However, this guy Bunta has no dream to pursue. Today, there's a play at school written by Bunta himself. Despite this, he doesn't seem excited about the widespread acceptance of his creation. After school, he goes to work at a noodle shop to earn some extra income. He appears very friendly. After work, Bunta sees a senior handing out flyers and goes to greet him. While standing by the roadside, Bunta notices a girl from his school looking at him. As he wonders whether to strike up a conversation, the beautiful girl disappears. When he returns to his apartment, the residents greet and inquire about him warmly. His room is nothing special, just enough to get by. He suddenly notices his career guidance form, still blank. Simply put, he hasn't pursued any job seriously. At that moment, someone rings the doorbell. It's Bunta's two close friends. They sit upstairs, drinking beer and chatting happily. His friend Yuka performed well in the play that afternoon, despite not reading the script at all. After a while, she gets drunk and falls asleep. The next morning, when he arrives at class, Bunta sees the class president arguing with another girl. Not wanting this to continue, Bunta asks everyone to help organize the career guidance forms. This approach of Bunta's proves effective and even catches the eye of the beautiful girl from the day before, who comes closer. Even more surprising, after going to the restroom, Koro directly enters the men's room to talk to him. Bunta is surrounded by many friends. That evening, Bunta tells his two close friends about Koro, and they conclude that this is a date invitation. On Saturday, as scheduled, he takes the train to the amusement park for their date. His two friends, of course, couldn't miss the chance to witness this interesting event, so they follow along. Their first ride is a thrilling one, making her a bit shaky due to its height. Despite this, she remains strong and composed. Noticing her interest in dolphins, Bunta takes her to a spot where they can watch the dolphins perform. Bored by this point, his two friends leave, giving them more space to enjoy. By evening, they leave, and Koro thanks Bunta for the enjoyable day and reveals her true purpose for inviting him out. She first praises his social skills and ability to attract friends. Koro's question about whether Bunta likes money surprises him. Earning money these days is tough unless one has talent. What she aims for indeed requires talent, which Bunta has, so she invited him. Koro's target is the currently popular girl games. They then visit a store that specializes in various games. A popular girl game costs over 8,000 yen, a hefty amount for students like them. Of course, there are cheaper games that are less popular. The harsh competitive battle in the gaming industry is the path they will soon take. Koro invites him to make games with her because of his excellent writing, as proven by his play. She also mentions a currently trending anime written by a game company. Koro passionately shares her dreams and aspirations with Bunta, convincing him. The next day, Bunta is tired, with his friends teasing him. At school, Koro gives him 10 of the best selected games to study. She also registers a market research club officially, but it's for game development behind the scenes. Koro asks Bunta to gradually recruit members to join them. She knows so much thanks to her brother, who makes games. Talking about technology and computers, Koro's passion ignites, inspiring Bunta. The next morning, he brings talented recruits to Koro, but they seem unsuitable. Koro wants teammates with real skills, and Bunta needs to use his communication skills to attract them. At that moment, Bunta's two close friends visit. Knowing Yuka is great at voice acting, he invites her to join the team. Despite her lack of interest in this game genre, she agrees because of Bunta. Seeing this, Otto also asks to join. Despite not knowing much about games or his own talent, Koro accepts him for small tasks. To go far, they need passion and love for games. By the weekend, the team leader takes 3 associates to a game-specialized city. Even on the streets, they meet beautiful maids striking up conversations. They visit a game store to study bestsellers, aiming to create similar games. Without genuine passion, they can't succeed. At the end of the day, as everyone leaves, Bunta wants to stay a bit longer to buy some non-student appropriate items. It's not serious, he just wants to see a maid cafe. Surprisingly, the maid serving him is class president Teru. Returning home, he gets a call for work from the noodle shop owner. With game development ahead, he quits the noodle shop job to focus. The next day at school, he praises Kuro's brother's game. That evening, Bunta visits a bookstore and sees a beautifully drawn picture. When he tries to ask the artist, she runs away. Showing it to the team, everyone praises it. Surprisingly, the girl studies at their school, so Bunta takes on the task of recruiting her. After arriving at school, Ugui finds a letter, thinking it's a love confession, and is thrilled. But at the meeting point, she is bullied by seniors. After that day, Bunta searches for Ugui daily but fails. The class president also thanks him for keeping her part-time job a secret. Taro asks why he went there, learning it was for game research. She's very interested in that genre, so Bunta gains another ally. Taro convinces Ugui to join as the team's artist. Their team is now complete, so Koro reveals step 2 of their plan. They use the weekend to go on a camping trip, mainly for game development. Koro outlines the work again. They visit an old temple to help everyone focus, a classic old method. They clean up and forage for wild vegetables. Programming can only start after the storyline and artwork are done. After finishing all tasks, Koro holds their first meeting. Otto films the meeting, Bunta types up the content. Taro brings gaming magazines for everyone to study. That night, Bunta thinks about the story. Yuka suggests writing about love, which also helps Ugui imagine how to draw. The next day, another meeting discusses launching their first game in November. For a new group, this is nearly impossible, but Koro believes they can do it. Their goal is not the 8,000 yen game, which requires extensive writing and artwork, but a low-priced game needing only 1 script and 30 illustrations. The class president worries short games won't sell, but Koro says quality artwork is key, so Ugui's role is crucial. Their student status is a huge promotional advantage because no one expects students to make games. The first goal is to sell 8,000 copies in 2 months, netting 10 million yen for their next project. But past conflicts between the class president and Koro lead to arguments, causing Tara to leave. Bunta talks to Koro, believing the class president would be an excellent team member, suggesting they express their thoughts to understand each other better. That afternoon, Bunta goes to the maid cafe to persuade Taro again. Although the conversation with Koro is the same, Taro eventually realizes the joy in the script, seeing it aligns with her interests. Finally, the team reaches a consensus on Koro's script. That night, Koro thanks Bunta, acknowledging that things only went well because of him. They promise to fight to the end, unaware another girl has a problem. Seeing them close, Yuka feels sad. The next morning, the 6-member team heads back to their base to work, naming their brand Rokuora. The following morning, Koro realizes she forgot to include music in the content. Each dialogue requires different music, so they need to rewrite. Bunta, unfazed as he's only written 5 lines, surprises everyone. He apologizes, explaining he's not good at writing but has envisioned the main character's story. Koro advises him not to overdo it, just write naturally. In 3 days of effort, he finishes the script. Initially, everyone praises it as interesting but not convincing enough. After reviewing the content, Ugui creates impressive character designs, amazing everyone. This pushes the team's work to a climax. The next day, they work on building more distinctive characters. Out of options, Koro takes Bunta to meet a real scriptwriter. His advice, full of beautiful words, serves as a great learning source. He advises Bunta not to rush to create a complete script, as haste leads to mistakes and unintended content. From this, Bunta realizes he should develop the main character uniquely. A few days later, he rewrites the old script, producing a new, immersive version. Seeing Bunta's effort, Ugui is motivated to draw faster to keep up. The next day, Ugui brings her drafts to show the team. Though good, they advise Bunta not to overwork. The next day, Ugui faints from exhaustion. Bunta understands her feelings, wanting to impress the talented team by working hard. But rushing leads to their current state. Bunta reduces the dialogue, lowering the drawing workload. For now, Ugly needs to rest and recover.